and she is committing to using topics and themes from her personal endeavor and project of Love Again, Preparing for Something Precious, as the starting point for all of her Confident Communicator speeches in this series. We will join her journey today and see how at first walking and living in NY was not anything she desired, but over time it is becoming a true blessing. So please welcome Amy. Marshmallows. In the early 1970s, Stanford conducted a study where they took 4 to 6-year-old children one by one and put them in the room. Sat them down, said, you may have that marshmallow, but if you wait until I get back in the room and you don't eat it, you get a second one. You can imagine what happened when that researcher left the room. The ogling, the touching, the turning away, and the grimaces. To have an object of their desire sitting right in front of them caused them to not be able to think about anything else going on. I wonder what would have happened, because as it stood, less than a third of those kids were able to wait even 15 minutes without eating it. But I wonder what would have happened if those kids had been given the option to give that marshmallow back to the researcher to hold on to until the time was over. I just wonder. Would those all-consuming thoughts been quieted? Would they have been able to wait in that not yet time? When I think of that, I think of real-life situations for us. How many times do we sit there with that marshmallow right there in front of us as we want to demand from God, I want the answers to the who, what, where, when, why, and how right now. We don't get anything good out of that. Only angst, consumption, and we can think of nothing else with it right there in front of us. How much better would it be to give that back to the Lord until the time is right? I think of a time when there was something my kids wanted to know about. And to have shared the details at that exact moment would have been detrimental. I had to tell them, kids, I don't want to withhold information from you. I wish I could answer your questions, but not yet. I promise you, one day you will know, just not yet. The beautiful thing is, one day finally did turn into now yes, and I was able to answer the questions. And the thing is, their hearts and minds were then ready, able to hear. And we were able to rejoice in that we had lived and walked on both sides of NY, when not yet turned into now yes. If we can see the benefit of that from our imperfect examples, how much more so can we trust our Heavenly Father with all the wisdom and who loves perfectly? But like a person with defective short-term memory, I have to intentionally rehearse and review these truths over and over again. Is that the same for you? I bet what causes me my angst and brings up my anxieties is different from you, but the root cause is probably the same. We want all the think of waiting to take that next right step is impossible for us to think of. I think of one day, I hope to minister to women who've been in broken or damaged relationships. Unfortunately, many simply want to placate that broken heart with moving on to another man right away. They don't want to be told, not yet. But to short circuit that healing does no one any good. Then, if that woman does heal beyond that point and is possibly ready to love again, she is faced with yet again another not yet. For she should not emotionally, spiritually, physically unite herself with another man until she is united before the Lord. That is counterculture to every message she is receiving and every desire within her. She could stew over what she can't have right now, and she would be like that little child just ogling over what she can't touch at this point. But if she could surrender that back to her Father, she could wait in patient confidence. See, the thing is, it can be tough because there are actually preparations going on. It's like the building of a house. There are foundations being laid, structures being put up, decisions being made. But until that house has been cleared for occupancy, it is a cheap and potentially unsafe environment in which to reside. So, she must wait with her Father and with that person that she loves until united. And she must wait until that not yet transitions into now yes. She must experience the one side of this coin in order to rejoice over the blessings of the other side. But so many God's truths are like this, where the characteristics are based on contrast. Night, day, fasting, feasting, mourning, dancing, life, death. Not yet, now, yes. One without the other is invalid and void, like a one-sided coin. It takes both sides to be a true treasure. Obedience when walking through both the not yet and now yes is costly. The blessing